everyone, Stephanie here, coffee drinker, book lover, and reviewer of many things. And I'm here to give you a February update and a March TBR and tell you why I had no videos in February. So, at the beginning, if you watch my Nancy Drew videos, um, you'll see you'll see the slow progression of my kid getting sick and well, not sick, but she took a voluntary nap. She hasn't napped for 3 years. Um, but she had woke up and the day before and said she had a headache. And then we went to gymnastics and there were some kids sick there. Um, and I was like, please don't get sick, please don't get sick, please don't get sick. And my husband was off work. He had he was taking his vacation. And we were just doing a staycation because he built a desk and that we were gonna spend time together and as a family and well. So my kid wasn't feeling amazing that day. So I made her a little soft area in the back so she could play on her iPad and read books behind me while I played Nancy Drew. And she fell asleep. Turned off her iPad and closed her eyes. Fell asleep, and I was like, "Uh-oh. Uh-oh." Um, so my kid got sick, and she was sick for almost a week, and my husband got sick towards the end of while she was sick. And the whole time, I just cleaned and wiped down surfaces and did laundry and trying to pump us full of electrolytes to help keep us hydrated, and I ended up getting sick. My voice was almost completely gone, and I felt so bad because my mother-in-law kept asking us when we were gonna come to dinner, and she had, 2 or 3 days off during my husband's vacation that we were gonna go and spend over there. And, I was like, "We're sick." I was like, "We can't I don't want to go expose them to sickness. No." And I was even planning on going to see my grandma and my mom at one point, and I was like, "Nope. Mm-mm. Nope, I'm not gonna take this to them." Um, and then we got better. Yay! But, while were sick, at the beginning of when the sickness started, we were supposed to go to the library the next day from her falling asleep and, take the books back. So we had overdue books for almost a week, and my all of my accounts for audiobooks and ebooks was shut down, all the ones attached to the library card. So I didn't get to read or listen to as many books as I would have liked. So here we are. Oh, and then my husband made this desk, so, I had to get used to everything again, and I haven't even finished playing the Nancy Drew stuff. It's crazy. But then, 3 days after my kid got better, and I was, almost better, I was kinda still a little but I wasn't contagious or anything. And, she had a tonsil stone in the back of her throat. If you've never had tonsil stone, you are so lucky. Tonsil stones are the worst. They clog your drainage system in the back of your throat, and they can be really painful sometimes. But normally, as an adult, you can go and, get it to come out, or how if you have one of those scraper things, you can not a scraper, but, a little there's, a tool, okay. I call it the scraper. You can just poke at it with the scraper and pop it out. Well, she's 5. She's never had these before. She doesn't know. Um, and once she had a big one, and behind like, the buildup behind it will slowly trickle out through the day after the big one pops out. It's really gross, but her body was like abort and mucus, mucus, so I had to do laundry again. Um, I had to keep telling myself, "It's not throw up. It's just snot. It's just snot. It's not throw up." It didn't smell. It wasn't that's how I knew she wasn't, like, sick, because it didn't smell like throw up, okay? So, I didn't have to gag and all that, but it was very slimy. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. Hopefully I didn't gross anyone out too much. I am here to tell you about what I did get read. And when I was sick, I didn't do much of anything. When I get sick, my eyes, I have trouble with them. I have trouble with my eyes anyway. That's why I do more audiobooks than I do physical books because I don't blink like normal. Like right now I am because I have mascara on and my eyes are like there's something on my eyes. Um but if you watch when I play the Nancy Drew games, I'm like my eyes dry out really easily. And when you're sick, you're already kind of dehydrated-ish and so my eyes feel swollen and gritty and I'm like can't even focus on the TV. So I'm just gonna lay here like this. Oh, you need something? Okay. Um, so don't be too excited about what I actually read in February. There are a few videos coming that were supposed to happen in February, but after we were sick and after we got the computer set up, we had 2 field trips to go on. Oh, it was so fun. I enjoyed them. Um, one of them she was more educational and she was kind of like, "Mm." And I was really focusing on trying to get together. I'm doing a summertime homeschool, dinosaur themed. And so once I get everything together for that, maybe I'll make a video and show it. Maybe. I'll think about it. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. Um, so, the picture will be overlaid here of the stuff that I read in February. Hold on. Where are my trackers? Oh, I didn't even pick out my favorite book yet. Give me maybe by the end of this, okay? Um, so I have my little bookshelf page. You can see that there are a few books added in. Some of the books were like I was like, "Oh, get these small kid books out of the way because they're fast." We will talk about my book of the month at the end because I don't know yet. I added Sense and Sensibility to my rereads list. I read Dancing in the Streets by Barbara Enrich. And I don't know how to say her name. That was on my adult challenge, and the I got to check off Upside Down Magic from the preteen teen challenge. And for my book club, we read The Last Thing She Ever Did. We'll talk about that later. Did I add any? Oh, I added to our alphabet challenge letter 26 for L and Upside Down Magic for U. I put letter 26 in my rainbow challenge. Uh, you see it? It's so pretty. So I read Frankenstein in January, and it's a classic, so I needed to add it to my classics list. It wasn't it wasn't on there, I don't think, in my last video. But then this month I read Sense and Sensibility by accident, and I'll explain in a second. Um, so I added a box for that too, on my classics list here. I'm gonna try to stick to this list now because we're gonna run out of room if I keep adding classics. Um, on my Goodreads winter challenge, I think Frankenstein was already in there and Darkly. I'm about to start Fourth Wing, so that will be added. You'll see that in March on two of those, I believe. Um, I didn't read anything new for NetGalley because I never did my NetGalley video that I needed to do. So now we're on to February. My TBR for February was Pride and Prejudice, In the Lives of Puppets, The Way of Shadows, Dancing in the Street, Upside Down Magic, Izzy the Inventor and the Unexpected Unicorn, Fourth Wing, Girls Who Play Dead, The Last Thing She Ever Did, A Book from the Dresden Files, Burn the Kingdom Down. Versus what I actually read. It's kind of sad. Sense and Sensibility was not up there. Letter 26, Upside Down Magic. Look, I got to check Upside Down Magic off. The Last Thing She Ever Did, I got to check that off. The Spooky Secrets of Camp Midnight was not up there, but it's on my, I got to check that off on the preteen teen reading challenge. And Dancing in the Streets, I got to check that off. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about these books that I got done. So, Sense and Sensibility was the first book that I got to write down in the what I read section because it was free on Audible. It might still be free on Audible. Check it out. But when I was looking for something free to read, I had all the Jane Austen stuff together, and I did not have my book, my little journal here with me, and I was like, "Okay, I think it's this one that I'm supposed to read with my friend." And so I clicked on it, and I started listening to it. And I got about halfway through the book whenever I was gonna write down, a quote or something. I don't remember. I was gonna do something in here on my journal, and I was like, "Oh, oops." Well, here we are. Um, so I've I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. I'm not gonna tell you my whole entire ideas behind this book, but would I recommend it? Yes. I liked it very much, and I listened to this book, and my favorite quote, I think that's what I was gonna write down. Don't let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. It just resonated with me. I was like, I need to write that down. Also I put in here, part of my review says, I think this book was written to show how many different types of girls or teens there were of the times. Also, I feel like I've met some of these girls, like in high school. Anyway, so I listened to that, and then I finished letter 26. Um, this might be my favorite book that I read of February. So I gave this a 4.5 stars. Oh, by the way, for Sense and Sensibility, I gave it 4 stars. I mean, the men, the idea that a woman's place is only to get married and have babies made me a little irritated. I know that was the times. I get that. Anyway, we're not on that. We're on the letter 26. I really enjoyed this book. 4.5 stars. This is gonna be in my NetGalley video. Um, it was really good. Um, I can't say much about this book since I mean, I'm gonna be doing a NetGalley video, and this is gonna be in it. Um, the killer was killing women based on the alphabet and what their profession was. So, like, A, architect, a woman architect. B, baker, a woman baker was taken. I'm not gonna tell you anything more about that because I will spoil it now. It was so good. There were some parts that I was like, how did that work? But, good. I guess the best one that I read of the whole entire February because I didn't read much. Upside Down Magic. I will be doing a video on this one by itself because this is part of my reading challenges. This one was really good. I gave it 4 stars. Um, Not like the TV show. So if you've seen, I mean, the TV movie, if you've seen the movie on Disney, this is not the same. And I liked the book better, but I liked the dad less. Okay. Okay. Um, she has wonky magic. She has to learn to control it or at least use it a good way. That's all I'm gonna say. Or learn how to keep her mind when she's using it. The next thing I read was the last thing she ever did. This book made me angry. I gave this book 2.5 stars. Would I recommend it? No, maybe. I mean, maybe. Apparently, people liked this book. I did not like this book. I don't know if it was my mindset at the time, or if I was tired, or maybe it was just because I was rushing trying to get it read before, or get it listened to before book club. But this book, it felt like the only way I could have enjoyed this book is if I took a shot every time someone in the book was drinking. I probably would have died, actually. So maybe I shouldn't have done that. But, like, that's how I feel like that was the she was, "Oh, I'm gonna tell. Oh, I'm not gonna tell. Oh, I'm gonna tell. I'm not gonna tell. Oh, I'm gonna tell. I'm not gonna tell." And I was just like, "Can can you pick one?" Also, everyone was so self-centered, and her husband was the worst of them all. Like, how how could she have married this man? His At one point in the book, he goes into his car, drives into the middle of nowhere where no one can see him to practice how he would act when he called 911 about her suicide. That hadn't happened because she wasn't suicidal. Um, Maybe, but the back and forth, no, okay. Okay. And then I read The Spooky Secrets of Camp Midnight. This one I gave it 3 stars, and I feel mean only giving it 3 stars. It was really good. It kept my attention. It had some funny parts. It had real life based parts. Like how a mom would act if your 11, 12-year-old spilt milk on the cabinet. Um, and it was well written. I just felt like the end was really like it just kind of went blah. I'll have a more in depth on this one because it's on my reading challenges. But, I will say I feel it makes giving it a 3 makes me feel bad because a 6th grader wrote this and got it published, and so I'm like, he did a great job for a 6th grader, but that ending just made me like, meh. But I'll talk some more about this in a in-depth video later. And then I did Dancing in the Streets. So I have this book. This is on my reading challenge for adults because it's a book that I actually have. Um, this book was educational and I had trouble staying focused on it while trying to read it. Also, it felt like someone was like, "Hey, how many times and ways can you use the word sex?" I was like, "Oh, this is." I had to wear my headphones because I'll go more into depth in this one because it was on my reading challenge. And right now I am in the process of listening to the lives of puppets. Be- it would have this one probably would have been my favorite of February, but I because I had that lock on Libby, it like stopped all of the stuff I had on hold, all the stuff that I was listening to, um, and I had to go back through and find it and wait until I could get it again. Um, so yeah, it's a pretty good book. So I think that means my book of the month is going to be Letter 26. I really enjoyed it. I was gonna say, yeah, Letter 26. It it made me feel for the bad guy. Okay. At one point I was like, "Oh my goodness. I just want to hug him." Um, but yeah, for my book of the month, I'm going to put Letter 26. And real fast, I'm going to do the math and see what my stats are for February. Okay. So looking at my stats, um February, I read 6 books. Total pages was 333 because only one of those was I actually read in book form. Well, it was an ebook and it had 33 pages. I guess I could have added Dancing in the Streets to that because technically I have it in book form, but because I only read like 5 pages, I was like, I can't do this. Hours read 36 hours and 18 minutes. Chapters altogether there were 205 chapters. Books owned 2 question mark because one of them I had on Audible, and then 2 of the books that I listened to were on Audible free, but they were free. So, does that count as me having them? Because they were free and I downloaded anyway, I just put 2 to be on the safe side because only one of those I paid for. Um, books from the library, I got 1 listened to from the library using the Libby app, because by the time I got In the Lives of Puppets again, that's a really long book. So, books from Audible, I listened to 4 from Audible, and NetGalley, there was 1 ebook. So, the month of in the month of February, my longest book was Sense and Sensibility. at 11 hours and 25 minutes, and my shortest book was The Spooky Secrets of Camp Midnight at 2 hours and 20 minutes. Now, what you're all waiting for is what the heck am I gonna be reading in in March? Now that we're done with February. Yes? Okay. So here's what I have planned. Is this gonna happen? We'll find out. Hopefully more than this. Um, Delirium, because it's a book that I have. It's literally it's right there. Look. It's right there. Um, Obviously I have 2 books that I'm physically reading that I need to get done before that one. So, we'll see if it happens. Like, I've already got too many books I'm reading right this minute. Um, The Princess Bride. Also right here, it's underneath Delirium. Willow Moss and the Lost Day. Operation Robot Storm, and I'm Glad My Mom Died. Also, it'll be in the picture. It's not there while I'm looking at it. But uh, a book from the Dresden Files is gonna be on here because I gotta get on those. My plan originally was to listen to 2 Dresden File books a month, maybe 3, but when I was sick, I just didn't wanna do anything. Like I was just here. Um, and I also want to let's see. I will be reading Fourth Wing. I know that. So I'll be writing that down over there. I need to plan out my next NetGalley video, so I need to go find some books to read there. Hopefully, Anxious People is whoever has Anxious People from the Libby app. Can you please just let it go? Just let it go, please. So I am first in line. I have been waiting since January, like 2nd. I just want to listen to the book. Um, I was told that it was really good, and I need to know. What else am I gonna listen to or read other than kid books? Lots of kid books, always. Um, Maybe I'll see if I can get one of the books from the series that I want to finish. You know what? I'll probably listen to Good Girl, Bad Blood. The second book in the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series because I'll be reading the third book soon. And I want to make sure that I'm caught up or reminded of what was happening. um yeah, I don't know what else to talk about right now. That I gotta go to the grocery store. So hopefully, look, my plan is to run to the grocery store with my kid. That's gonna be at least an hour. Um, well, 2 hours because it takes like 25-ish minutes to get there, and there's road work. And anyway, so I'm gonna go to the store. Then I'm gonna come home, put groceries away, make sure I know what I'm having for dinner. Probably eat some McDonald's on the drive home. Then I'll edit this video and hopefully get it up for Tuesday, which is tomorrow. If that doesn't happen, this video will go up on Thursday. But here are my plans. I have it all written out. I made my own planner. Um, well, I've made it to March anyway. I'm going to be working on this too. This is what I did while in February. I made my planner. Um, well, I started to January because January had already passed was like my rough draft of February, and then Um, February was the, "Okay, we're doing this. Hey, let's do some tweaking in for March," and now March is a beautiful, and I have things penciled in so that, if I need to change them, I can erase it. Um, Here is my plan for March. Uh, will it stay this way? I don't know, but in case you follow me and you're like, "Oh, I don't care about that video, so I'll just wait for this video." So I'm gonna finish the Nancy Drew stuff. Um, I have enough videos of Nancy Drew through every Saturday of March. I just have to edit them, um, and get them posted so that I don't have to worry about those anymore. I have this video marked for the 3rd. There is a big paper pie sale going on right now, and, for March, and I want to talk about that. So, I'm gonna do that for Thursday the 5th. Um, Hopefully I can get it made and, posted by then so that people have time to actually do the sell. I wanna do a NetGalley video for the 10th. Upside Down Magic video will go up on the 12th. Spooky Secrets of Camp Midnight for the 17th. Dancing in the Streets for the 19th. The Way of Shadows, hopefully I have it done by then, for the 24th. Delirium, the 26th. Willow Moss, the 31st. See, I have it planned out. Will it happen? My computer only has so much storage, so I have to make sure when I'm done with recording a video, I have to edit it and post it and then get it off the computer. Me and my husband both use this computer. So that's the plan. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Do you like hearing me ramble? Let me know in the comment section. If you don't have to be here. I appreciate you being here, but you don't have to be here. Um, let's be positive today and use our nice words. Me and my kid have been working on that, and the other day, she wasn't doing what she was told, and just do it. Just, can you please? Like, I was being so nice. I used all the nice words, but every time I had to ask her, I could just feel myself tick, 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 tick. And she turned, "Mom, you need to walk away." What? I don't want you to be yelling at me. Go take a breath. She's right. I needed to walk away, and I did need to go take that breath, but you would just listen. Um, no. It just means that, she is learning, and I was like, "But when they use it against you, oh." Um, so we're gonna use our nice words, okay? So if you need to walk away and take a breath, that is okay. Out of the mouths of babes is what they say, right? Um, so comment below. What are your plans for March? What are you reading? What are you thinking about reading that you might not get to? Also, when you leave these comments in the comment section, if it's a book, I'm like, "Ooh." I add it to my, very long TBR that I have on, my Google Drive because there's no way that's gonna take up way too much space on my computer. It's long. And that's why this year I was like, I have to books that I own. Does that mean I'm gonna stop buying books? No. I already bought 2 books. I bought a book just because it was pretty. The sprayed edges, I was like, in my cart. Um, and, subscribe. If you're not sure if you wanna subscribe, you can either my face bubble will pop up somewhere down here at the bottom, and you can click it and go to my page or channel. And, if it doesn't pop up and you wanna see what else I do, you can go like you're gonna, push the like button, and it should have a description box area, and, it'll have a coffee drinker's review, and you can click on that, and it'll take you to my page. I do a lot of book reviews, but sometimes I do random reviews of things that I'm like, "What? How did I not know about this? This makes my life easier," or "Don't get this. This is trash." Um, because some people need to know. Like, I needed to know. And, I'll also talk about places that my kid and I go to. I really wanted to talk about the place that my kid and I just went to, but I feel like I need to go again before I can be like, "Yeah, this place is cool." Um, it was like a historical type thing. Anyway, and I had my kid with me, and she was like, "Yeah, this is okay, next." And I was like, "Ugh." We walked a lot, and I don't know if you can tell, but my nose is a little sunburned, and my cheeks are a little bit pinker than normal. I couldn't put on my normal makeup because it's a lot lighter. Um, that's it. Share this video because sharing is caring, and I will see you on my next video.